How's it going, YouTube? Slow Python again, back at you with a messy desk, but it's for a good reason. I have finished the chassis for the front wheel drive dual motor build. Very excited. I've been really sick the last week or so, so I kind of haven't really. I've had motivation to build, but not to clean. So we'll figure that out eventually. Anyway, um, here we've got the motors hooked up. These are some no-name motors I found on Amazon that were like 20 bucks a piece. I think they're 3,300 kV. We've got some Ghoul RC 60 amp 2 to 3S ESCs here. One of them is slightly used. The other one I bought brand new. I only used it like 2 or 3 times, so it's still pretty good. I wired them together right here, as you can see, so we can run them off of one battery, because I didn't want to deal with a dual battery setup, because sometimes you can overload the receiver if you don't hook it up right. Or at least I've heard people overloading their receivers when running 2 batteries. And I know a lot of the high speed run guys will do it, like the 200-mile-an-hour guys will have 4 ESCs, 4 batteries, and all that. But I don't know how to make all that work. So the drone guys usually just do it like this, and it seems to work fine for them. Surprisingly, I got it to work okay. I did have a little bit of an issue syncing up the 2 ESCs on the throttle. I just kind of left the motor cables unplugged, turned them on, and then messed with the throttle and watched the lights on the ESC and how they reacted to me pulling the throttle either way. And I got them pretty close. I'm not going to say they're perfect, but it works, right? I tested it. It does rev up, and we got some good RPM out of this thing. Right now I got 27 tooth pinions on it. I should be able to up it to like a 30 to a 33 if I need to, but I won't be able to fit much more because this side's kind of limiting me on how much I can fit. Because this is half a motor mount, this is this half of the motor mount that I just cut off and put over here. It's got a little bit more outward adjustments because it's not perfectly centered with the original design there, but it's enough to run a basic setup on it. So I won't have much room for pinion gear swapping, but we can always swap the spur gear if we want to. So anyway, shock tower is the whole front end is a little janky, I'm not gonna lie. It used to be a Red Cat Lightning chassis. I got a lot of hop-up parts for it. I just never really liked this chassis. It's a little floppy. It's not the greatest, but this is just a fun little project to put together, so I don't care too much about everything being not perfect or subpar. But we got some shocks on here. These are some DR10 shocks. My DR10's out of service at the moment, needs a new transmission, but I got a build plan for that anyway. I'll show that in a video eventually. But anyway, I sold the shocks for this. The other 2 shocks are on the back of this thing here, so that anyway, front differential, I put some silly putty in there to hopefully help bind it up a little more. Probably it doesn't fully lock it, but it's good enough. See, that's considering I have 2 motors on this. Getting both wheels to turn at the same rate when you grab one, that means that the diff is very well locked. So I'll take that at least. The camber links are mounted kind of strange just because of this setup. I'm leaving room up in the front here for something. I'll show that in the next video probably. I'm still working on the van body here. It's still got some work to do to it. I did cut the hood, so we've got a proper opening hood, and there's a little dent in it right here to help fit something else we're putting in here. But anyway, once that's all done, I'll have another video on that. For now, it's just this. I want to go do a test run really quick outside on the sidewalk just to see how this thing kind of is going, off the line at first. Because like I said, I don't know how well these ESCs are going to work together. So let me get this plugged in, and I'm going to go step outside, and we'll see how it starts off. Well, Mama, hopefully you saw in the video, but That went a lot better than I thought. Considering how loosey-goosey, used up like the town bicycle, every corner of this thing is, that went pretty straight. That tracked really straight. I'm like, and man, these are just some Traxxas touring tires that I stretched over a plastic rim that I had. So instead of mounting them on the inner half, I just stretched the sidewalls over it and glued them to the outside. So that made them pretty wide. They're just as wide as these Tamiya F104 wheels I have. Only problem is these are a 14 millimeter extended hex, and they don't make a 14 millimeter extended hex. Tamiya is the only one that makes it, and it's a $30 adapter. You have to buy it from friggin' Japan. I'll get it eventually, but I have some other tires coming on the way. They're a 12 millimeter hex. Hopefully they'll work. They're not as low profile as these, so we'll see how those do. But honestly, that tracked really straight. That was a cold start, by the way. I didn't warm the tires before that or nothing. That was a cold hit right there. So I'm very proud of that. Next video, I'll be hopefully I'll have the body mounts installed because I don't have those on yet. I'll have to I got to stiffen the rear suspension up a little bit. I think the front end is good. I don't think I need to do anything on there because it went straight and I don't think I'm going to touch that. So happy with that because that's a sketchy, janky looking thing. But anyway, yeah, the motors ran good. It sounded good. I hope it sounds good on video because it sounded good to me. And I just that tracked so straight. I'm proud of myself, guys. I've been wanting to build this for a long time, and when I had this Red Cat chassis together, all it did was disappoint me. So good things are coming out of this. Hopefully, I'll finish up the minivan body. I'll get her mounted. I'll get the surprise installed, and then I'll hit you guys with another video in a couple of days. Peace out.